What's going on there, guys? We're back with another one. So we have another response from Camron, straight to Ochocinco. And Ocho, I'm gonna leave you with what he said last night. Said pretty much he was gonna be in Harlem on Monday at 5 at a place that he loves to eat at, that he knows Cameron frequents when he's in the area, and told him to pull up. But he said he does have love for him, and he said they can talk like men. He's not bringing it that way unless he wants it to go that way. And Cameron caught wind of that, and so we're going to get into that. But not only that, his former Dipset brother, Jim Jones, has some words to say about Cam as well. As you know, those two have been going through it. And he said some things about Jim sending people to prison or sending them to jail or whatever with some of his cooperation with law enforcement. So Jim Jones has responded to that, and Cam has responded to Chad. But let's get what Chad said, to set this table. And I have a full video covering the whole thing. You can check that out as well. Let's check it out.
I'm easy to find because I'm outside. Always. In Harlem, too. That's your stomping grounds, right? I be at Ricardo's all the time. Matter of fact, I'm going to be in New York Monday, and I'm going to be at Ricardo's at 5 o'clock, to be exact. But it's always love. No, never disrespect. And that's it. And I love you. And I love you. Unless you want to go another route.
We have a lot to talk about. Sports too. There are some people chatting. I don't know if you, Cam, have seen it yet or Mace yet.
Who?
On the internet. Ochocinco had a response to Cam and some words about the show. Talking about numbers, views, talking about somebody can't be afforded, where he's going to be at, where he's posted up. He's good in Harlem.
Who can't afford it?
Things.
What?
Apparently, he's saying y'all can't afford him. And a lot of other things. So, yeah.
Well, listen. I'll be back.
Yo, Killer, wait, Killer.
Yeah.
Every time I call you, Killer, and say, I'm going to grow up. This is what happened. I told you. How you get? See, 24. We had to push 2024 back to 2025. I'm like, go ahead, Killer. I'm gonna chill out.
This is what happens when you do shit when you can't go back and forth. Not only that, he's a habitual woman hitter.
Wait, Killer, chill.
I'm saying, this is on top. I don't know how niggas working with a habitual female hitter. If Shannon Sharp and whoever other networks want to work with somebody who actually headbutts females, cool, but we'll address it tomorrow. My bad. I ain't even, let's do it. One more time for Tito. I got Tito. I get Tito one round. Then I gotta go about my business after that. After that, I go about my business. Because I realize, Murder, when I say something, I say shit and forget it. Niggas say shit and regret it. But I see when I do say shit, it hurts for months and weeks and possibly years. So I dig it, but I'll touch up on it. But yeah, it's a habitual woman hitter. I don't like his energy. So I'll give him one more time. Pause. We'll do it tomorrow.
So that's what Cameron had to say in regards to Chad Ochocinco. And I feel like, Ocho's response was clear for the most part, but when you say you're going to pull up and say you're going to be a certain place at a certain time, that takes away from the I love you part of it, especially, when you have men, egos getting involved. Now, I will say this, me personally, it is a bunch of nothing. What they're fussing about is absolutely nothing. But you do know the reality of it is when a man's ego is involved, you have two guys. The ego is what made Ocho say if you want to take it another way. And the ego in Cam's response is, you see what he's saying. Now he's calling out personal things that's happened in the past with Chad Ocho and Evelyn Lozada. You know what I'm saying? So, and he's saying habitual. So he's saying it's happened often times. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna get into what Jim had to say. Also, let's check it.
Industry.
But you don't get no credit for that. They say
At all.
They say all Jim do is send people to jail.
I don't want credit no more. I want debit. Cash me out. And how I send people to jail? That's what I'm saying. How? Who did you see me send to jail? Where's these niggas smoking? They smoking new drugs out here. You heard? From where? How? Who?
No, that's what Cam said. I don't know.
He's a bird. He's a bird head. He don't want no smoke. Tell him he a boxer, right? I'll box his head off. Where's the ring at? You getting money, right? Y'all do sports? 10 million right now. Today, nigga, I'll catch a flight wherever you at. In the morning, I'll catch a flight wherever you at. You with Mayweather and them 10 million. I'll meet you in any boxing ring. Yeah. Now go make some jokes about that on your next show. I'll box your head off. You know that. Don't play with me. Yeah. Now go type about that.
Jim, Chrissy would tell you take 5 seconds and breathe.
Yeah.
Chrissy would tell you take 5 seconds and breathe.
Church steps. You after church steps. You cannot act like that. After
Chrissy would say,
walking up the
take
steps.
5 seconds and breathe.
Service, we still in praise and worship. You got time to make it in for the sermon.
Chrissy would say take 5 seconds and breathe.
We're going to bring it back. You know, all Jesus' disciples was gangsters though, right?
Jesus flipped tables.
And I am a disciple. Remember that.
Now, see, for me, I think Charlamagne was a little irresponsible in that piece, bringing up Camron's name in a negative light and bringing it up, making a statement that was going to make Jim Jones react. Jim took the bait, and then he's trying to tell him to take steps back, or Chrissy would tell you to take some steps back. Got him to say he'll box Camron's head off and all this stuff. Supposedly, at some point, I don't know where the clip is, but they've been going back and forth, and maybe Camron said he's been cooperating with law enforcement. Which is what I said at the beginning of the video. I'm just judging it based off what they said. I haven't seen the clip. But if you know those guys are brothers, you shouldn't throw gas into that like that. You should be trying to unify them. Instead of saying something like that, say, what were some of your best times with Cam? And then that'll put a person in a mind state to reflect on the good that they both have in them and some of the better times they had together. He framed it in a way to make it like, Cameron's been putting smut on your name and keeping that at the forefront. And I didn't appreciate that because those guys are really brothers. They come from the same area. They were around each other before any of them had a lot of money. So I thought that was very irresponsible because that's a totally different situation. The right voices around that situation can hash that out. But you don't want to see, like now if they see each other, y'all keep throwing gas into it. You're going to throw so much gas into that situation. They're going to see each other, and it's going to get popping. And we don't want to see that at this age. It's just going to lead to somebody being a meme online, somebody having bragging rights. But at the end of the day, both of them would still feel bad about it because they have genuine love for each other. And that's what I didn't appreciate about that clip. And more so, Charlamagne's gas he threw into that. He got that response and then tried to pretend to play mediator, man. I wasn't feeling that. But also, Chad, Camron, talk about it, man. Talk about it. Because you don't see none of these white podcasters talking about pull up on me, meet me here so we can, y'all both eating. Y'all both doing deals. Nobody is in nobody's way financially. So this thing is manufactured. And maybe Cam took something out of context. Now, what I did say in my earlier video, he said he got hater energy. That's exactly what I said it had to be that Camron picked up on from his statement. I said somebody else could have made that same statement, I'm coming for your spot, and Cam might have not took it the wrong way. Who knows their interactions other than the ones we see online. Like at the surface level, it looks like, man, Camron bugging. He ain't really say nothing but kind of big him up and say he was the top guy. But what has Camron seen being around him? What has he heard from people that know him and their interactions with him? But I'll say this. That's a nothing burger as well. Because what you can do, not talk about each other, stay out of each other's way. You ain't got to be friends, man. But I like to see some of y'all collab and, show your power in this media space. We're pulling away from the major networks. Now, we can't have inner bickering when we going over here and getting bags and owning our content. We've pulled away. Guys is making a way for themselves and now we want to beef. No, 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 no. If anything, we should be collaborating on a high level, at this stage. You guys are at the pinnacle of what you're doing. And it's people that people care about at both networks, right? Michael Irvin's over there with Cam and Mace. And Michael Irvin absolutely loves Ocho and Shannon. Shannon and Ocho absolutely love Michael Irvin. So just the big picture of this is what I'm talking about, right? Get your bag. Don't talk about each other for a while. Shannon even kind of gave some love to Cam and Mace on a recent podcast when I believe Gilly was on there, and they was talking about it, and Shannon said something favorably about them on there. So man, yeah, just kind of peep that, and don't play into all the back and forth. This is how my commentary is gonna go around this. Hopefully this goes away though, guys. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Till next time, peace.